Hello and welcome to HW News. Fighting for the country, fighting in the war, taking down the enemies, protecting borders and serving the nation, all of this while staying in the shadows. This is what the life of SFF soldiers was like until recently. Many of us haven't even heard of SFF, a special unit of Indian Army. They lived in shadows, and in India, hardly anyone knows about their valor, their sacrifice for their country and what it means for them. But all of this changed recently when Nyima Tenzin, a 51-year-old soldier of SFF, was martyred while India and China were engaged in a scuffle. The India-China border face-off is going on since April this year. Amid raging pandemic, China has been stationed at the line of actual control in Ladakh and trying to push into our borders. While the talks of disengagement were going on, 20 Indian soldiers lost their life in a violent face-off with Chinese soldiers at Galwan Valley. After talks to defuse the tensions, China partially withdrew its troops from some areas but maintained its presence in some others. On the night of August 29 and 30th of August, some Chinese soldiers tried to intrude into Indian borders near Chushul, but the attempt was foiled by Indian soldiers who were already present at the spot. Nyima Tenzin was deployed in Chushul, and though the army has not put out any official statement detailing the reason of his death, some sources believe he stepped on a landmine. On the day of his death, his body was wrapped in a tricolour in a coffin at his home in Leh. As soon as the villagers came to know about his death, grief spread in the village. Today, however, his last rites were performed in a full public display amid the presence of locals and Indian Army soldiers. He was honoured with a gun salute, and chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai reverberated in the Ladakh hills. Not only that, even top BJP leader Ram Madhav was present at the last rites, who paid tribute to the fallen soldier. Several videos did rounds on social media which showed Tibetan locals tying a white cloth to army vehicle as a mark of respect. Watch this video first.
भारत माता की तिब्बत देश की तिब्बत देश की तिब्बत देश की विकास रेजिमेंट जिंदाबाद विकास रेजिमेंट जिंदाबाद विकास रेजिमेंट जिंदाबाद we salute we salute we salute we salute we salute Nyima Tenzin Nyima Tenzin.
Tenzin's death and acknowledgement by the Indian government for the first time in several decades attracted the attention towards the less talked about the secret force of Indian Army. The SFF stands for Special Frontier Force. This is a highly trained elite force of Indian Army that is known for its mountain climbing skills, something that the challenging hilly terrain of Leh Ladakh demands. The question is why SFF remained under the shadows, and why have we not heard about it until recently? The SFF includes soldiers only from the Tibetan community, the community that has sizable presence across India since it took refuge here in 1950s. After the Chinese aggression, Tibetans started resisting. Most of the resistance fighters were from the Kham region of eastern Tibet, which was one of the major sites of rebellion against the Chinese. In Kalimpong, a number of fighters who were followers of Gompotashi, who is a Kham trader, were from an organization called Chushi Gangdruk, or 4 rivers and 6 ranges. A handful of them received Morse code and radio communication training from the US CIA. In July 1957, they were airdropped into Tibet and started supplying intelligence to Washington. By 1958, the small army of rebels boasted 23 units and they had completely driven the Chinese from Tibet south but were in dire need of arms and ammunition. There were 25,000 fighters but most poorly equipped. The 6,000 or so fighters who remained in India were given an opportunity in 1962, the year of India-China War. Then Intelligence Bureau Chief B.N. Malik put forward the idea of setting up a training center for Tibetan fighters. Then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru turned to Major General Sujan Singh Uban, who had earlier commanded the 22 Mountain Regiment and was a Second World War veteran. The unit was raised on November 14, 1962, but a week later, China announced a unilateral ceasefire and the unit did not get a chance to fight the battle. According to Uban's son, the small unit was called Establishment 22. The 22s, as they would be known, would be all paratroopers, an elite unit capable of high-altitude warfare, special operation and fighting behind enemy lines. They would report to the Cabinet Secretariat and were not part of the army. A women's wing was also created. In 1967, however, Establishment 22 was expanded and it was renamed as the Special Frontier Force. The battalions have their own regimental flag, a Tibetan snow lion that is, an insignia, a rank structure with the Tibetans serving as soldiers and NCOs that is non-commissioned officers. A handful of Tibetans were given officer commissions and had also risen to the rank of lieutenant colonels by 1980s but were subsequently not given any officer commissions. All 6 battalions are now commanded by colonel rank Indian Army officers with at least 5 other officers in the unit who are referred to as Indian Army Staff. Their first exposure to a full-blown war came in 1971, the India-Pakistan War, after which Bangladesh was created. They were deployed in the Chittagong Hill Tracts and fought with extraordinary valor. More than 50 soldiers laid down their lives. However, due to secrecy of the outfit, they were never named or given any recognition. They fought in Kargil War in 1999 at the heights of 14,000 feet in sub-zero temperatures. Now, they were deployed near line of actual control in wake of Chinese aggression. Many point out that if it hadn't been for the martyrdom of Tenzin, maybe the recognition would not be done so publicly. But today, conducting his last rites in full public view to boost the pride of Tibetan community and the fact that the last rite was attended by Ram Madhav, India has sent a message to China. Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. If you like this video, please do subscribe to HW News Network. There is a subscribe button right below there. You can hit the button and subscribe to YouTube channel of HW News Network.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.